Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Kill Jadis. How's it going? And I am a grumpy Raider fan. Welcome to another edition of the Sin City 7 stream. So, what is the Sin City 7? The Sin City 7 are a group of like-minded Raider fans decided to get together and just talk about our favorite team, the Raiders. Now, obviously, we decided our conversations were so good, we said, why not? Let's go ahead and capitalize on that and put it on the internet as well. So, this is what it is. We are not like any other Raider group that you have. All right, we do not take a lighter journey into the dark side. We are strictly dark side. Therefore, we are going to tell you how it is. We're going to call a spade, a club, a heart, a diamond. We're also going to respect your opinion. So, if one of our members decides that, I have a different opinion about something, we're not going to put each other down, and we're not going to put you down for just because you have a difference in opinion. All right, we're not like some of those other people that claim to be experts. We're not experts. We're fans. So yeah, we know a little bit of football, but we're not professionals. We're not labeled as a professional. So what goes is what we think as a fan of this team. That being said, welcome to the stream again. We have quite the game today. The Raiders coming off of a 2-game win streak, which constitute as the start of a win streak. Either way, we beat both teams of New York. Things looked hot for the Raiders. The fact that we were able to not only beat an incredibly good defensive team in the Jets, but we were also able to beat the Giants. This coming after an incredible, horrible tenure from Josh McDoofus. That being said, today was the day that we had to go up against a contender, the Dolphins. The Dolphins are leading the East. Not only that, they barely lost against the Chiefs, which, frankly, I think they should have won. I think they gave that game away. They stomped the Broncos 20-70. So you can only imagine, as us Raider fans, how we would feel coming up to this game. It was almost like, please let us not be like the Broncos and get our butts handed to us. Well, luckily for us, that did not happen. Let's go ahead and get to it, shall we? Boom. I forgot to start on the slideshow. Look at that. Look at it. See how professional I am at this? See how professional I am. I am amazing. I'm amazing at this. All right. Let's try this again. There we go. Let me bring myself over here. Clearly shows that I am a professional at this, right? All right. Final score though. 13-20. 13-20. Raiders lose, but you know what? The fact that we decided to hold this team to 20 points. I predicted that we were at least going to hold them to less than 35 points. And at least they did that. The Raiders decided to at least oblige me on this, that they held them less than 35 points. Not only that, we held them within a touchdown. Now, granted, there's probably some Dolphins fans going, "Oh, there's just a bunch of miscues. That's why we didn't stop you." Well, guess what? If we had 3 turnovers on you guys, if we capitalized on those 3 turnovers and not just put up 6 points, oh, oh, you guys would be talking a different story. You Dolphins fans would be melancholy again, knowing that you guys just can't seem to get the job done and just be mediocre when you need to be. That being said, though, we have Aaron the Q Dog Raider popping in. How's it going, Q?
Yeah, we took an L today. Things
Mm-hmm.
could be better. Things could be better. But
Hey,
I heard the commentary that you made about the defensive effort, and I happen to agree with you, man.
I mean, let's face it. We can all of us collectively as Raider fans can also say though, at least we didn't end up being like the Broncos, getting smashed by 50 points. We
Yeah,
at least held them to a touchdown. In your face, Donkey fans.
that was basically the scene of the crime. So I think by comparison, we're respectable. Always hate to lose, but you know, I think AOC, he availed himself pretty well today. I really wish the offensive line, and it seems to be the consensus from our chat, the offensive line is just I don't, you can't even say it's patchwork. We've got a whole bunch of backups and potential contributors along our offensive line right now. We need to address that in the best way possible in the offseason. We just absolutely have to do it, bro.
We need to focus on nothing but lines in the off season. Nothing but
Yeah,
lines, and not the white lines that some people are probably thinking about. I'm talking about the defensive line and the offensive line. We need some stellar defensive backs to get to the quarterback and to stop the run, and we need an offensive line that is going to be impenetrable.
yeah. Because
So,
we don't have maulers and we don't have pass defenders. And when you have neither, you're in a world of hurt as an offensive unit. You just really are. And I dare to say that those cats, they're not going to get very many gifts from JJ this particular Christmas season because JJ is absolutely got to be either
fuming.
getting ice down in the tub right now. He's going through some kind of creative, holistic treatment, but that dude has to be battered and bruised because he has absolutely no running lanes because that unit cannot open them.
No, no, and it seems like the only thing that ever worked with is stuff that is going to the outside. But the problem is the defenses that we're going up against, they know that it's going to happen. So yeah, I would not expect Christmas cards to the offensive line,
Yeah. Uh,
let alone cookies.
no,
Like
no cookies.
absolutely horrendous that our our O line is going to be like that, and which we might as well go ahead then and get to straight to the stats here. I mean,
Okay.
there it is. So obviously, this Jets is going to be a high-powered offense. We knew this was going to happen. I mean, 424 yards compared to 307, 325 passing yards to 271. The Waddle and Hill just absolutely shredded us
They did.
in the passing lane. I mean, there's all you can do is shrug your shoulders and just go on. What can you do? But again, here's the thing: When it comes to our offense, 99 rushing yards for the Dolphins, 36 rushing yards for the Raiders. After coming off of a plus 100-yard game against a very stellar Jets defense, who is considered one of the best in the league, we decide to
Yeah.
do this against the Dolphins.
It's kind of hard to explain. So I'll go ahead and I'll try to explain it. Against the Jets, we played at home. We did have primetime momentum. I guess a little added adrenaline might have been flowing. So I might be able to chalk up those stringy intangibles together in order to make a half a play and explaining what the hell just the contrast between today and last week was. Now, let's focus today. You're playing in a hostile environment. And yes, Hard Rock is a hostile environment. Um, it was probably very humid. I'm surprised we didn't have that many guys cramping up today. It was pretty good, and kudos to our training staff for keeping our guys on the field, properly hydrated and ready to go. But the line just came apart. Chubb made all the difference in the world. No matter where they lined him up, he penetrated, he disrupted, and he got in the heads. And I'll tell you this much: Parham and Illuminor, they were doing a lot of chirping today. And I chalk that up to the Dolphins defense because they were poking the bear, and these two guys were going for it. It's bad enough that you're playing in a very loud stadium. You're on the road. You're 5-5. You got a lot to look out for, and then you're going to go ahead and make it about you by going back and forth with guys that are just out there to get your goat, and they fell for it. And I think a couple of the sacks, maybe even a couple more of the sacks were chalked up to these guys just not being totally focused and worrying about other things than the task at hand. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's what I saw.
Mm-hmm. Well, all I know is that, once again, Illuminor in the preseason kept tweeting out, this is going to be the year for him and for Colton Miller. Colton
Okay.
Miller is the only one who has shown up to this event.
So you're saying it was a buddy movie that just never made it to screen, huh? It
Yeah,
had all the advertising, it had all the
yeah.
focus groups, and it came back as nothing.
I'm
My
saying that
goodness,
that
me.
freaking Illuminor decided to say, "Hey, let's shoot this movie, Colton Miller. Let's meet up 2 o'clock. I got all the gear. Let's do this." Colton Miller shows up. Illuminor is nowhere to be found, and there is no equipment at all whatsoever. So here is Colton Miller just sitting here in a filming
Yeah,
location, going, "Well, damn, what do I do now?"
yeah. Illuminor, he's probably somewhere in a pub, slamming pints, uh, knocking back some bangers and mash or some fish and chips or
Yeah.
whatever the hell they eat over there. This guy is just absolutely fraudulent. Every time he takes his hat off, I just think of Sugar Shane with a friar tuck cut at the top of his head because that's the look he projects, man, and it's not a good one.
No.
So the guy's only 6'2" and some change with you know he's got these T-Rex arms as far as what the prototypical tackle should have in the league, and he doesn't have the footwork in order to make up for the running of the mouth. This guy, I mean, when you got that kind of a hand, you don't really go calling people's bluff, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You might want to check down. You might want to, fold a time or two, but play your hand and play it, strategically.
Mm-hmm.
This guy is so far over his skis, and I'm trying to give him a little bit of grace, but he's doing all this talking, and he's not doing a lot of blocking.
If he did not talk at all I would be, I'd be still kind of hard. I'd be less hard on him than what I am doing now. But the fact that
And when you're
he's
playing against this guy, whoever he's talking trash to with that heavy accent and everything like that, I mean, Katz has got to be like, what? Huh? Fuck you say, bruh? What? They're not even mad at him because they don't understand what he's saying.
either
He's
that,
just being chirpy for no reason.
either that, or they're laughing at him because he's probably using some kind of slang that uh
Yeah.
that they don't even
Yeah.
understand.
I mean, anybody not named Jason Statham, you use that British accent, it doesn't really come off as very threatening. It just doesn't.
You try to talk tough to American boys
Yeah.
using a British accent and British slang, you're not going to get anywhere. You're just not going to get
Yeah.
anywhere.
Yeah. Calling them the C word and saying they're unsavory fellows. And
Mm-hmm.
this guy's.
But as we see, though, for turnovers, we actually end up even for the day.
Okay.
With one interception, two fumbles for the Dolphins, three interceptions for the Raiders. I mean,
3 picks.
O'Connell is taking risks. There are some passes
And
where you're just like, what are you doing? But he's going to learn. You know, hopefully he gets it straightened out. The timing was completely off, just like how we've been saying in the chat. The timing for this is off. I mean,
that's mainly Tyrone. Tyrone was big on the timing of
mm-hmm.
plays and the execution, throwing the ball before guys come out of their breaks and stuff. And I get that. But by the same token, I noticed there were a lot of drops. I mean, there were a lot of drops today.
There were a lot
Like
of pinging of the hands.
Mayer had a few drops. It seemed like the rookie receivers were primarily the ones that were doing the drops. Mayer had a drop or two. I think he had 2 drops. Um, Hooper had a key drop, begging for a flag over the middle. They quickly got his tail out of there. And then Tucker, he had just 2 crucial drops on 4 targets. So when you're dropping half of your targets, what are you really doing out there?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know why. And I applaud AOC's, um, you know, gambling spirit, but you don't throw it to a 5'10" speedster in double coverage who's behind the defense, short of the receiver to, make a play. You just don't do it. Now, the only person I've seen that small that makes that happen with frequency, well, actually 2. Steve Smith, Agent 89, and Tariq Hill. Those are the only 2 little Lilliputian guys that I know can go up and battle and be odds on favorites to come down with the ball. Not that rookie out of Cincinnati. And I don't mean the Bengals. I mean the University of Cincinnati Bearcats.
Mm-hmm.
That little cat ain't that dude yet.
Mm-hmm.
Over
And
Jalen Ramsey? And screw Jalen Ramsey. Not as a person, but as a player. Man, I hated him today. Mm.
well,
That
I
dude.
and again, props to the defense. Again,
Yeah.
the turnovers that they have made helped
Yes.
set us up. And the fact that when we turned the ball over, it set the Dolphins up to score, but instead we either held them to a punt or
Yes.
we held them to a field goal. I should
And I'm with you.
I should probably look this up, but I'm pretty
Nah,
sure
let it ride, baby. Let it ride.
I'm pretty sure they have not scored a touchdown during after any of the turnovers that we made. Pretty sure.
That made no. They did. They got that little dump off pass inside the 20 whenever we turned the ball that one time. I forget who. I think it was Ahmed that scored, and that was following a turnover. But other than that, I think that was it.
Let's see. I'm looking here right now.
I mean,
Interception,
I could be
punt.
wrong.
Interception, punt.
Yeah,
Interception, field goal. Interception, punt. Wait. Yep. Yep. They didn't do any touchdowns.
fair enough. I stand corrected only because I haven't been drinking.
So good job on the defense for holding that. However, to go to the offense, 6 points off of 3 turnovers. One of those has to be a touchdown, boys.
You're right.
One of those has to be a touchdown. If you are going to win any game, especially if you're going to have 3 turnovers, one of them has to be at least a touchdown. At least one. It can't all be field goals. But look where we're at. So, moving on though. Obviously, the one thing that we needed was our run game to work so that we can eat up the time of possession. And unfortunately, the Dolphins were the ones that won that one out with 30 minutes 15 seconds compared to 27 minutes and 45 seconds for the Raiders. Penalties, we are 5 for 5, but we won out. We won out because the Dolphins had more penalty yardage than us. So I chalked that up as a win.
Yeah.
So, I mean, all in all, again, I knew this game was going to be a loss anyways. I am just glad that we at least came away with this loss, at least not getting blown out.
Yeah.
And that I think is the most important thing is, you know what? At least we fought, at least we held them to at least a touchdown away from us. And you know what? Maybe this was the loss that we need to get that slap in the face to go, hey, you guys aren't there yet. So hopefully the locker room, instead of dancing, lighting cigars, and all that stuff, can now be a more of a, all right, guys, we did a good job. We didn't get it, but now let's work on the Chiefs. Because I guarantee you, the locker room under Coach McDingus most likely was somber as hell every single loss. Somber. No one no one had their heads held high, all staring at the ground. At least for this loss, everyone's probably clapping it up, going, hey, we didn't get it done today, but we can get it done next week. So
I think you're right.
a possible silver lining there from the Grumpy Raider
Possibly.
fan. Yeah, possibly. You dog, your thoughts?
Now, if I may, P, after this game, first of all, I commend the team for their effort.
Mm-hmm.
And then I clarify, it's still fucking unacceptable. But I commend you for your effort. Now, I made a call upstairs. I talked to the team president. She's in concurrence. The plane's not going back tonight. We're going to stay in South Florida. And I want you boys to get this loss out of your system. The only way South Florida can help you get it out.
Mm-hmm.
Look out for each other. Stay out of trouble. Go have fun. Live it up. Go meet you some women or take out your wives, whatever you choose. We're going to board that plane tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. We're going back home, and I want you to take off until Friday. Enjoy your families. Enjoy this Thanksgiving. Get this loss out of your system because this is good and damn the last one that we're going to have the rest of this season. And if you don't think I'm playing, don't come to practice on Friday. You keep your ass home because we're sweeping the rest of the slate. If this is supposed to be the best offense in the league and we held them to 7 points with all the miscues that we had, you guys go have fun. I'm going back in the lab. I'm going to tear all this video down. And whenever you come back on Friday, you'll have your assignments. You'll be able to correct what I see is wrong. You'll get with your position coaches, and we're going to re-engage. But don't come back half-stepping. Because if you think this is a moral victory, I want you to go out and be as immoral as you need to be this evening. Get it out of your systems. We don't play that shit. Mm-hmm. Come back on Friday, you strap on, and we're ready to take the division. On me on 3, and we get the hell out of it.
Well said, Q-Dog. The wise man.
I ain't coaching.
The wise man of the Sensei 7.
I be leading.
And then your ass will be going upstairs to the team president.
Ah,
yeah. Hey girl, you want to go out? Go somewhere nice to eat. I know a spot.
Hey girl, what them feet feeling like? Come on, let me get them things together for you, baby. Slide in the so. Tell me about your day. Really, so interesting. Okay. Get some room service going.
All right.
Draw in your
bathroom. Rose petals in the water.
All that stuff, man. Baby, how's it feel to be you? Tell me. I can feel it. Now feel me. Go and get them candles.
All right, moving on.
Okay.
Moving.
Hey, have to talk. Let's do it.
What is today's sponsor, anyways?
I had 2 cans of beer today. So we are sponsored by Yuengling, America's oldest brewery, still putting out a fine lager after all these years. Back to you.
There you go. Our unofficial sponsor for this endeavor.
Yuengling. I don't even know. Do they even have Yuengling way out there in the Pacific Northwest? Do they have it out there?
Yuengling? Probably not.
Because it's kind of like a regional beer that's making its way west. It's kind of like a Pennsylvania through Carolinas type of beer.
No, probably not. I doubt there's any Yuengling.
I'll mail you one.
Yeah, not up here in Alaska, unfortunately.
What? The free state of Alaska?
No. The problem is that all these other big time companies got us by the balls. So it's like, oh no, we can only import the big companies, and they can't import things from those little small companies and stuff like that. So
no, it's a major company. Now let me ask you this: do you all have a lot of Canadian beer up there?
Not really. Not that I'm seeing.
That's amazing. Okay. Like that Moosehead and Molson and what else is Labatt?
I know they. I know they do push really hard. They push extremely hard the Alaskan beer and stuff like that. So
is it like IPA type stuff?
There's a couple IPAs, but you got your lagers, your whites, and other things. So
I'm with it.
They're okay. I still prefer Dos Equis. One day I hope I can drink enough and become the most interesting man alive.
Yeah, I was getting ready to go there. All right, so what's your next segment, big guy?
All right, so here we go with our player stats. So for passing, we have Aiden O'Connell, 24 for 41, 271 yards, 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions. So there's that. Rushing, Josh Jacobs, 14 attempts for 39 yards.
Ouch.
No touchdowns, 2.8 yard average. Again, O-line, good Lord. Receiving, Adams. That is a typo.
Oh Lord. Yeah. So
Oh,
that's not.
I believe. Yeah. Let me do a
You got to
little.
get to the point.
Let
What
me.
was the error, and then give us the correction.
The error is 67 receptions. Devontae Adams did not record 67 receptions. He recorded 7 receptions. I forgot to delete
On
the
Madden,
6.
he did. Hold up, homie. On Madden, he did.
Uh,
He
I
got
mean,
that.
well, if he got 67 receptions for 82 yards, you were running a lot of slants.
Let me tell you this, man. If you're playing with him on Madden, you got the quarter set to 15 minutes. Have you ever played a Madden football game with 15-minute quarters? You can get 67 receptions.
Honestly, again, I don't play Madden and everything. I don't play Madden,
Me
but
either.
when I when
Back in
I
my
when I
youth.
played when I played NCAA football, I would
Oh
act
yeah, I play them.
I would actually go with the full quarter.
Oh wow. What were
And
the final
and, and
scores?
I would and I would
Like
I would
100 and something to
I would
80?
act I would actually run it like it was an actual game.
Oh my gosh. You couldn't even play a whole season in a weekend. It would take you a month to play a whole season.
Mm-mm. I used to just play one game a week
Oh my.
and go by the actual college schedule. So when it was time to play the
I'm
national,
glad you got there.
what
You had way too much time on your hands.
I
I'm so
did,
glad that you're not a single man anymore.
I
Lord,
did, I
that
did
man.
when I was in college and
We
stuff
can
like
turn this
that.
into an intervention. Man. You were going down the wrong path in single man life. Wow, that is deep. What was the team that you used?
That's the thing, though. I do the create a dynasty thing, and I would actually custom create a team. I would put in the college up here in Alaska, the University of Alaska Anchorage, the Seawolves,
Why
and
not?
I and I
Yes.
and not only that, I would create our rivals, the University of Alaska Fairbanks Nanooks, and I would put
Oh,
them, and I would slide them into the Pac-12.
of course you. All good things. No one can fault you for what you did.
Yeah, and I just
No one.
take and I take out like the and of course they were like, oh no,
Yeah,
you can't have more
Oregon
than
State.
12.
Look. I know what you did. You took out Oregon State and Washington State. I already know what you did.
Actually, no. I took out no, I took out Oregon State, but
Yeah.
the worst team in it was not only Oregon State but also um Colorado State.
Whoa. Easy, champ. Colorado State is a Mountain West team to
Uh
this
back
day.
back back then it was part of Pac-12. For some reason it was part of the Pac-12. It's
Man,
odd,
I'm
but
not. I definitely checked the back of your packaging. That game might have been like
oh, and, again,
tied
this
up or
was back
something.
in the Xbox 360 days, so
Yeah. You definitely got a Wuhan Xbox 360 edition. But I need you to get back to this 2.8 yards per carry. That
yeah,
sucks. So he ended up with 39 yards or 38, but the
39
team ended up
yards,
with 36.
39.
39 yards, and the team had 36 for the game.
Mm-hmm.
That's the good stuff, man. That is the good stuff.
Now receiving, obviously Adams has 7 receptions for 82 yards, and that one touchdown by that was absolutely gorgeous. Ian O'Connell.
It was Udamus. It was a Udamus bomb where he had shaken the defender at the 4 yard line and he had succumbed to his cleats and got a whole mask full of turf as DA-17 outstretched his arms and brought in that glorious pass.
Mm-hmm.
Never to be repeated in this game. It was
Unfor-
a one and done.
Unfortunately,
Yes.
turn turnovers.
Kept throwing the ball to Tucker.
Mm-hmm. Turnovers.
Boy,
Obviously, it was 3 turnovers by O'Connell with the interceptions. No fumbles lost this time.
yeah.
For turnovers, though, let's give a shout out to our defense. 2 fumbles recovered by Epps and Diablo, 1 interception by Polamau. You forget that he's on
Liking
the
number
team.
20. I'm liking number 20. Pull him out. He needs more clock.
Mm-hmm.
We can dial back to Merrick a little bit. I was mentioning in the chat, man, watching Merrick attempt to tackle is.
Oh, I think you just got muted there. There you go. You're back. Uh-oh, now you froze. You're frozen, Q-Dog. Oh, you're refreshing. Now you're muted again. All good. So let's go ahead and go over the rest of the defense since we got technical difficulties with Aaron right now. So for sacks, oh, you're back.
Yes.
All right. So for sacks, though, we got Mad Max Crosby getting 1 sack, in which Tua decided just to kind of lay down and let Crosby touch him. Pause. And then we have tackle for losses, Spillane and Hobbs bringing a total of 3, which again, that's also unacceptable. That's one thing that's unacceptable for the defense, at least, is you're only getting 1 sack. But hey, I mean, for the amount that they have, though, they still end up forcing the Dolphins to punt several times and end up doing nothing but kicking field goals. I mean, that's the good thing for the defense. Unfortunately, Spillane almost had another interception, but then he dropped it.
He almost had another Spillane.
I mean,
Guys
this.
thought I was clowning in the chat. I'm like, hold up, Spillane almost got another Spillane.
I mean, this guy, the fact that this linebacker is leading the team in interceptions is nuts.
That's right. That's right. That takes us way back to Navarro Bowman leading the team in interceptions.
Yep.
When he came off the couch to lead us with 1 back in like week 8 or 9, back in what was that, 2017 or something, 18. It was crazy, bro. But I tell you, man, the full length interception attempts, I'm telling you, man, it's the stuff of NCAA football or Madden, if you will. I mean, he definitely puts the thrill factor in it. But more importantly, how about we finally got a Mike linebacker that is consistently where he needs to be position-wise on the field, giving him the opportunity to get those Spillanes. And we need to go ahead and trademark that. Killiatis, we trademark. He's Spillane. By getting Mossed, you got Spillane, man. Don't make me Spillane that to you, bro.
Hey.
Don't make me break it down. Don't make me go up Baldy and go to the telescope.
Hell yeah. By the way, Tyrone Graves just popped in the chat real quick. He said, this loss feels like a McDoofus left a rotting fish deep in a vent system.
Let me ask you a question. If you left a rotting fish in the vent system at a script club, would anybody really notice?
No.
Dude, that would be so inside.
No. Oh, man. Oh. Whew.
Not that the ladies that work in there are, unsanitary. It's just for entertainment purposes. I mean, would the fellas that go in there and patron the joint, would they just kind of, I'm going to give it a pass. It ain't this chick that's grinding on me. It's got to be somebody else.
I have, luckily, for the few times that I've been in one, has not been the case. But then again, that was in Guam, so whatever.
Yeah, a lot of snakes in Guam, aren't there? They're
Ah,
like everywhere.
mm, Guam. There's one ratchet one in Guam.
So the rats and the snakes are fighting it out on the territory of Guam. That's amazing. We
Oh,
need to go do a documentary.
a
We
documentary.
need to get to the bottom of Achilles.
Oh, do we?
Yes.
Oh, we're gonna need to get.
On the hilly grassy.
Sounds like we need to bring the entire Sin City 7 members together to investigate.
Yeah, we might even be able to invite
Hit the.
our former friend Mojo. Mojo had some stories from his time when he was in Guam. I guess there was some fishing in a Speedo. But yeah, man, maybe we can invite him on and let him give some analysis too. But I digress.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds like a total Sin City 7 endeavor. I'm with it.
Yeah, totally.
Hey, son. You doing okay? Yeah, I think so. If you want to look at it.
All right. So let's go ahead, refresh the meeting here real quick, and then we'll get back to you for our turd sandwich and bacon praise burger portion. So stay tuned, chat. We'll be right back.
All right. And I think I dropped it back again, man.
All right, we back.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. So, Tyrone Graves in the chat. This game was a reality check. We are better than the worst, but not among the elites. We need to see where we fall in the middle of the pack. I mean, that's definitely a true statement right there. No
You
lie.
sound like Tyrone covered every bit of the toast with butter on that one.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we're not the best. We're far from the worst. But how long and how many years have we been asking, begging, demanding that our defensive unit just be fair to middling? And I'll be damned if we don't have a top 10 defense. So now that we've got a top 10 defense, the offense just cannot get out of its own way. And a lot of it is just by the dynamics involved. You got an interim rookie offensive coordinator, you've got a rookie quarterback, you have a patchwork, retread offensive line, and the only first rounder amongst them happens to be on the shelf currently. You put all that together, our running back room is decent, and our wide receiver room, I think, is definitely top five in the league. But you mix all that up, you put it in a beaker, you turn the heat on, and it doesn't really, transition to very many wins. I
Mm-hmm.
think it can after this bye, but as it sits right now, we need to retool some things.
Mm-hmm. I completely agree with that because Ufa. We are
Yeah,
I mean, but again, as I said before many times, I would rather tear my hair out with the offense not being able to do stuff than be absolutely just disheveled knowing that an offense can score on us willy nilly.
yeah, you're right.
So I mean,
So
and
that
that's
that
just
that,
me.
that brings us
Yeah, and
to
that's just the grumpy Raider fan because the grumpy Raider fan is defensive minded at all times.
that's a fact.
All right,
So you face burgering or you turd sandwiching?
I forgot something. We forgot to go over special teams, so let's skim over that real quick with our
Okay.
talking. With our talking, I completely forgot about our special teams. So Carlson, the man, the myth, the legend, 2 for 2 for field goals. Longest was 47. 1 for 1 for extra
Yes.
points, which brings a total of 7 points. AJ Cole showing that he is the best punter in the league right now. 6 punts,
Hmm.
52.5 yard average, 2 of them inside the 20, longest being 61 yards. There was no kick returns, but there was one punt returned by Carter, one return for 12 yards. That's it. Any thoughts on the
Not
special
bad.
teams?
No, I think we're solid as usual with our special team unit. The only segment of our defensive, well, I shouldn't say defense, but uh, the special teams is our punt return. Our punt return team just, it can't get over the hump. Whenever they actually do get an opportunity to field punts, it never really transitions into, an optimal net for us as far as that whole thing goes. I just really wish we had somebody else back there
Cornerback.
fielding punts for us.
I think it's simply the blocking is just horrible. The
Well, they go
the
for a missed block or two. I say we just put Tucker back there. If he's as fast as indicated, just put Tucker back there and give that other guy, I forget who he is. That's how irrelevant it is. I think I know the roster, and I don't know who the hell three is.
mm-hmm. No,
So
I need
we can take that.
no, the I need the corners to block better because those guys are getting to Carter too quickly, way too fast.
Carter. Yes, Carter.
But let's go ahead and move on though.
Yeah, no, he's very easy to move on from. So I'm with
Yeah. So this can be our On some days, this can be our favorite portion of the show. Some days, it can be the worst portion of the show. But we have the turd sandwich versus the bacon praise burger. I am going to go with a turd sandwich today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
After mulling it over for a few minutes and thinking about it, I'm gonna go with the turd sandwich on this one. Q
Okay.
Dog, are you gonna play devil's advocate or are you gonna join me in this turd sandwichness?
Now we could do point counterpoint.
Okay, sounds
Excuse me.
sounds good. So, for those who are asking what we are talking about, let's just say that there is a coworker or a loved one that is doing something that is obviously wrong or might be unsafe or whatever. Instead of taking them and throwing them into a tank filled with dolphins and letting the dolphins have their way with them, maybe you should give them a bacon praise burger instead. So, a bacon praise burger is where you start off with positive praise, basically saying something that they're doing right, something they're doing good at. Then you give them constructive criticism on the thing that they need to improve on, and then you finish up with positive praise. The turd sandwich, of course, is the quite the opposite, which is going to be criticism, positive praise, criticism, and of course we have the bacon praise burger. That means it's the best part of the praise burger, because after all, bacon loves you. Bacon wants to be part of your life. It yearns to be with you, to be one with you. Get some bacon, throw it on the frying pan, eat some today. Your belly will thank you. Maybe not your cholesterol, but your stomach will thank you. All right. So for this turd sandwich today. So O line, I'm going to you guys here. You did so well against the Jets, only to turn it around and just be absolutely horrible against the Dolphins. I don't know what your major malfunction is, but the talk that you have got, that all of y'all have been doing, that's including Illuminor and whatnot, and the fact that you are not walking the walk is very disturbing to me. Y'all need to get with the program, get stronger, get faster, get better, because after all, the only way that the Raiders are going to win games is if you actually do your freaking jobs. The offense cannot function without a good offensive line. You guys are it. Get with the program, offensive line. Now, good job on the team for fighting and staying with it and not making us look like the Denver Broncos. You guys held them to less than 35 points. Less than 35 points is what I predicted and wanted you to do. So good job to you. Not only that, you held them within a touchdown. You guys were this close to possibly beating the number one seed right now in the AFC East. Good job on you for that. Now, let's go back to defense. There was not that much sacks or tackles for losses. We need more of those in order to complete or at least give the offense more chances. the tool that the Miami Dolphins used to beat us was the field goal. It is your job to make sure that they are unable to reach field goal distance. You guys bent a little too much. We need you guys here and to bend just a little bit. See, just a little bit, just like that. You guys ended up bending like this. No, we need you to go a little more straight there. Maybe just a little bit. So, the one way you guys can do that is get to the quarterback, put him down on the ground, and as well, stopping the run game. So, good job with that. That's your turd sandwich. Q Dog, the bacon praise burger.
Okay. I think the most overarching positive that I can give, the team was ready to play. How many Sundays have we seen, home and away, a Raiders outfit not being prepared to compete? So kudos to the team for coming out in a state of mind that they were ready to at least walk out with a W if in actuality it may not have been feasible. Now, the offensive line, as it's been kind of belabored today, really didn't give us the most focused effort. I think they tried, but I kind of believe in that little green guy from Star Wars, either do or do not. There is no try. They failed to protect the quarterback with regularity, frequency, and that led to 3 interceptions. I think all of those interceptions were pressure related, and it stems from that unit simply not communicating as effectively with one another, and then overly communicating with the opposition, taking focus away from the task at hand. And then the fight that we had whenever we had a mere minute 58 and no timeouts, um, I think the comeback effort was valiant. Uh, to have so many new people in new positions with so much at stake, I think it's a sign of the organization actually being stronger than some of the parts that was used to assemble said organization. Now that we have the GM out of the equation, we have the former head coach out of the equation, we have the OC out of the equation as well. For this team, under this interim staff, to galvanize and show heart, fight, discipline, the penalties was refreshing to see, 5 or less yet again. Um, you just put all that together, and it gives um, a warm feeling for things to come. So the bacon, having given you the sandwich, um, the bacon itself is the buy because it's right on time, and bacon is always on time. So this buy is our bacon because it comes when we need it. We're going to savor it, and you know, hopefully we can get fat, happy, and healthy. And that's all I got, bro.
All right. Tyrone Graves in the chat says, not a turd sandwich. I'm eating what the defense serving, but the offense made it dried out meat with no toppings, no condiments, smashed together, and left under a heating lamp for hours.
That's one way to put it. Um, I see him, and I'm going to raise him in terms that all of us from the hood can understand. We had an amazing bacon praise burger,
Mm-hmm.
but unfortunately, somebody's auntie from the wrong side of the tracks made a potato salad and fucked up the barbecue. Bro, I gotta go. I'm out. I got guests. And I appreciate the time. Go Raiders. F the Chiefs.
All right. Thanks for coming into Q Dog. Well, with that said, guys, we are going against the Chiefs next week. So, I mean, this is the time where we need to win. So there's nothing else we can do but to win this game. I am going to predict that we win this game. If we were under Josh McDingleberry, we would not win this game. But because we don't have that coach, this game makes it winnable. So I'm going to project it being I'm going to say that this game is going to end up being 28-34. I'm going to go with that. I think that the Chiefs are going to at least get more than one touchdown, but I think, you know what? No, can't. With the way the things have been going, I can't. The Raiders are still going to win, but they're going to go end up being. It's going to be 24-21. Yeah. I'm going to go with that. So, with that, guys, it is the end of this Sin City 7 stream. Thank you all very much for watching. Thank you to Aaron Q Dog Raider for popping on as usual. Guys, so the Raiders are trying to get back to their ways. And so, as fans, we need to follow suit. So, remember the creed of the Raiders, all right? A commitment to excellence. So, whatever you do in life, whether it be your relationship with God, your family, your work, whatever it is, be committed to being excellent in that area in your life. Raider rule number 1. And that is that you need to make sure that you are doing whatever possible to get to the end goal. With the end goal being just win. Win at life. Keep upgrading your status. Keep trying to be a better person than you are last time. From the rest of Sin City 7, I am KillJadis907, the Grumpy Raider fan. We shall catch y'all later.